Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Blanc Report. Tonight, it's another hard-hitting night in the world of sports, and here to tell you about it is myself, Aiden Blanc. Tonight's top stories include Chip Kelly and the 3-and-out with the Philadelphia Eagles organization. As they made it public today, he was being released. What does this mean for the Eagles organization moving forward? We'll find out in a little while. College football, 2 more bowl games yesterday. I'll tell you all about them. And finally, Notre Dame and Liberty head-to-head in college basketball. It's the final Blanc Report of 2015, and it starts right now. Tonight we begin in the city of brotherly love, where today it was announced that Chip Kelly, who coached the Birds for the past 3 years, was released by the Philadelphia Eagles organization. Earlier this morning on CBS Sports Network and WFAN, Kim Jones and Mark Malusis talked about it, filling in on the talk show Boomer and Carton.
Chip was determined to do it his way, and after 3 seasons, Jeffrey Lurie said, "Thank you, bye." The timing surprised me a little bit, Moose. How about you?
Yeah, I was surprised by it. I was not expecting, Chip Kelly to get fired before the final game of the regular season. I mean, maybe next week, obviously. I mean, there's been conjecture, but, he was talking about Kelly, that he expected to be back next year, and that is not the case. So, yes, I was surprised, Kim, that he was not given the ability to coach the final game, and what that tells you is that they hit a breaking point, a stalemate, in terms of the two, and basically Jeffrey Lurie said, enough's enough. I'm done with you. I'm not done with you on Monday. I'm done with you in the here and now, and that is a Tuesday night before the final game of the regular season.
He's paying for personnel decisions that weren't second-guessed. They were first-guessed.
Right.
I believe it's $103 million he committed to Byron Maxwell and DeMarco Murray, who he opted then to not use very much because everyone predicted he wasn't a great fit for that scheme, and I guess Chip had to have him in the building to know that. As we know, he sent away LaShawn McCoy. He released Deshaun Jackson, who, of course, signed with the Redskins, and is a big reason that Washington is now a division champ again. And he cast away. He acquired Kiko Alonso, a former Oregon player, for LaShawn McCoy, and what he portrayed as sort of a salary dump, needing the money to give to Sam Bradford eventually. Kiko Alonso, and I know he's had knee injuries, he's just a guy. LaShawn McCoy's not just a guy, that's for sure. And I know he's had some injury issues, and he hasn't exactly led Buffalo to the playoffs. But LaShawn McCoy is a really good running back who fit and who wanted to be in Philadelphia. Jeremy Maclin goes and signs with Andy Reid. And Andy Reid, by the way, who Philadelphia couldn't wait to get rid of after a long stay. And there are times when you need a new voice, but that voice is working pretty well for a Chiefs team that could have cashed it in October. And instead, it's just won ever since.
Now we switch gears from professional football to collegiate football, where we are right in the middle of bowl season, and there are 2 more highlights from those games coming up right now. 5:51 to play in the first. It's quarterback Jared Goff handing it to Vic Emler for the touchdown. Later in the first quarter, Goff ends the quarter with a touchdown pass to Brian Teggs for the touchdown. Next up, 8 minutes to go in the half, Goff finds Maurice Harris on the play, a huge gain, and the next play he's finding Darius Poe in the back of the end zone. Then Kenny Lawler gets the call here, and with about 2 minutes to play in the half, Goff goes to Lawler again to make it 35-21. Next, it's Darius Poe again for the touchdown. And then, guess who it is? Kenny Lawler. Touchdown number 3 to finish off Air Force. Cal is going to win it 55-36. Off we go to Orlando for the Russell Athletic Bowl. North Carolina and Baylor getting ready. And we're going to begin in the first because that's from Maurice Williams. It's Brandon Fitz for a 9-yard touchdown. And a nice touchdown. Later, Baylor gets a nice run from Johnny Jefferson. And he is going to go all the way down. He nearly scored, but couldn't. One play later, he would score. Same quarter. Jefferson back, except this time he's going to score. 28-10 Bears. And that's going to put them up big. Now, under a minute to play in the half, and Williams takes it off deep to keep UNC within striking distance to make it 28-17. Third quarter, and now UNC comes out firing with Williams. Again, his second of the night. Still, as he puts UNC within striking range. Still, third quarter, and they nearly get a touchdown to be down by 5, but TJ Logan fumbles in the back of the end zone and gives it away. And giving it away would turn out to be the worst mistake of the game, because Johnny Jefferson again is going to ice it for the Bears. 49-38 is your final. UNC's historic season comes to a sad close. And finally, we bring you a little college hoops. Liberty and Notre Dame here early on. 6'8" Zach August dominant in the paint for the Irish, but they couldn't get the upper hand early. Later, Demetrius Jackson goes up. He is gonna get an assist. He's gonna come down with an N1. And for Notre Dame, and a few seconds later, Jackson says, "Did you miss me?" Because on the fast break, he gets the assist from Steve Vasteria with the basket, which was also an N1. VJ Beachum gets things rolling in the second half with a 3 to put the Irish up 12. This is where they got dominant. The Irish took complete control of this game in the second half, and to prove it, Jackson again in the paint, then with the N1, and Beachum continues to hit from beyond the arc. Another three-pointer puts them up 21. The Irish go on to win 73-56. That's going to wrap it up for tonight's edition of the Blanc Report. We'll be back in the new year, 2016, with much more from the world of sports. Until then, I'm Aiden Blanc, and this has been the Blanc Report on BSN Sports.